Hello YouTubers, once again, Terry, I'm back, finally, after a couple of days away, introducing my next chapter, well, my first chapter really, let's think about it. Am I human? Well, what does this mean? I'm gonna explain shortly. Basically, this is the introduction to it. It's only gonna be a couple of minutes long, and I'm gonna try and keep the rest of the videos quite short as well, because it makes it easier to listen to. Am I human? Basically, what I plan to do here is really talk about the human condition, the human concept of self, kind of the consciousness side of things, rather than the cognitive. And I think there is a difference. Obviously, people are going to argue that out, but human consciousness, whoop whoop. How am I going to do this? I think the first thing I'm going to do is quote a guy called Jean-Paul Sartre, who he was a philosopher, and he did a lot in existentialism. And from his essay Existentialism and Humanism is a book based on a lecture he gave in 1945. So this is quite dated, but I still think it's relevant today. The key concept that he gave along was that existence precedes essence. Now, you're probably wondering, what do I mean by essence, and what do you mean by existence preceding it? Existence precedes essence. The existence of a person predetermines his or her essence. That is what basically that means. And this can be explained quite easily. What he's saying is that first, man exists. This is according to Sartre. He said, man first of all exists. He encounters himself, surges up in the world, and defines himself afterwards. Now that's the key quote. That's the punchline there. Man first of all exists, encounters himself, surges up in the world, and defines himself afterwards. Now this is going to be probably used a lot, I imagine, in my videos, because it really touches on the development of self-worth, self-consciousness, self-belief, self-confidence, self-esteem, all these concepts of self. And I think that's kind of what I mean by, am I human? What is the concept of myself? What is the concept that you have of yourself? And how that plays a part in our life. And what I'm trying to imply here is that we all know, obviously, we exist first. Birth is pivotal to any form of life. But what does he mean by he encounters himself? Well, for me, I'm implying that this is when he becomes aware of his own existence. When a child first notices that who they are, they look in the mirror. As soon as they look in the mirror and they make eye contact, that is the first step of self-consciousness. They become aware of what they are, who they are, what do they look like. That is their existence. It's only after kind of life experience, the surges up in the world, these experiences, the developments, that they define themselves. And this is what essence is. Existence is easy. It's us. It's our existence. It's who we are. Really basic. There you go. Give it to IKEA and have some horse meat meatballs. Generally what I mean by existence. But what is essence? Easy, again. It's the way we define ourselves. You give something essence, you give it a label, a role, a definition. So, how do we in life? We exist, we grow, we develop, we define ourselves, we give ourselves this essence. And I guess that is what I will be talking about in the next couple of videos. So, if you're up for that, stick around. I'm not really sure where these videos are going to go, but Me and my friends, we've been talking about existentialism for a long time. We studied it in year 2, I think, of our university course. May have been our third. Don't think it was our third year. I think it was our second year. They'll probably correct me in the comments. Who knows? But we've been talking about a lot of this. And some of my friends who do struggle emotionally, we've had a long talk about what it means to be human. What is the concept of self and the way that this affects us in our lives. And I guess we're bringing all these kind of points that we've made about this kind of through this channel in the hope that, I guess, it gets you thinking about your concept of self. This channel's not really here to, I guess, change the world. I know it's not going to do that. I don't really let anyone know it's here. So if you stumbled across it, great. But it's really there to spark your mind, get you to think, and I guess stop and wonder. Have a think, and maybe change your attitude to some things, or understand even yourself. If you can find some understanding in this, that'll be bloody brilliant. So that's it for me. I'm going to start my next video in the next couple of days, I imagine. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. If not, wait for the next chapter. Maybe something more appropriate for you.